Coming to you live. Yes, sir.
The Thunder off the tip. And Mark Daigneault has called a timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. All right, Doris, how about teams like these who can really run their offense through their bigs?
BA, over the years, one of the things I've heard from coaches quite often is how effective a three-tool big man can be. When you can drive it, pass it, shoot it, score it, do all the things they can, it changes the geometry of the floor.
Now Gilgeous-Alexander. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
Well, that's SGA in a nutshell right there. Quickness, length, guile, finishing on the interior.
And stolen by Hartenstein. And the big finish by Holmgren.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Dort with a steal. Williams with it. Checked by Murray. The three from Holmgren. Misi grabs the board.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. You just missed it.
Well, Doris, Chet Holmgren was one of the more highly touted guys coming into the league in a long time.
He was, BA, and he has lived up to the billing. At that size, to be able to shoot the ball, put it on the deck, be a force at the rim defensively. But maybe his best attribute, he is a tough competitor.
A nice shot by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Let's remember that at 6'6", Shai Gilgeous-Alexander can more than handle himself near the cup.
Outside Murray. Pass to Williamson. Six on the shot clock. They need this. They get it back. And as it goes out of bounds, New Orleans will keep possession. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Willie Green and I got a chance to talk for a bit. And he acknowledged that they're facing one of the most dynamic players in the league in Gilgeous-Alexander. He said there's no way to defend him, that his speed and movement, we need to be ready to rotate and help on every possession. Still, he said they're all looking forward to the challenge.
Thanks for that, Allie. Williams. Pelicans cleared away. Williamson misses.
Probably should have scored there. He usually does.
Here's Holmgren. Williams grabs the board.
I think this is a spot he has got to become more consistent from if you want to command the defender's respect.
Doris, not only is the Thunder roster full of young talent, they also have a ridiculous amount of draft capital.
BA, you've got to give a ton of credit to the front office. They've got multiple options going forward. Continue to draft and develop their talent, or perhaps use those picks to trade for a superstar you believe fits.
Now here's Williams. And Williamson with the block.
Agile and strong. If Zion can get a piece of your shot, it's as good as gone.
And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. From behind the arc. Missed it. Now 0 for 1 on this game. Oklahoma City leading by 5. Outside, Williams. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Great start so far. 3 of 3 in this one.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
So both teams changing it up here. 41 seconds left in the first quarter. And that one's good. Olynyk.
Olynyk giving the defense no time to react. Quick catch and shoot.
And Trey Murphy is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Wallace, left side. Clock at 6. Caruso outside. Puts up a deep three. Pelicans cleared away. Alvarado, left side. Offline with a three. The three from Mitchell. And so the first quarter is in the books. Oklahoma City ahead, leading by 4. And we'll get the second quarter underway. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. All right, guys, what's your take on the hustle stats for the Thunder?
So far, they've had a lot of success off fast break plays, and they'll probably continue to push the tempo as much as possible.
Stolen by Mitchell. Here's Wallace. The putback. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
He really gets in perfect position for the follow. Just a terrific read.
Alvarado outside. Outside Jones. Pass to Hawkins. Shot clock at 6. Off target with the three.
He had more than enough room to hit that. Just couldn't make it happen.
And Grant, you look at the players the Pelicans have gone after recently. They have a clear plan.
Well, they do, B.A. They want to surround Zion with shooters, which, of course, makes sense. It's sort of the same kind of blueprint the Bucks laid out with Giannis. If you can shoot, the Pelicans have a spot for you.
Here's Wallace. Still without a bucket. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
And it's Willie Green calling the timeout here. He wants to review the game plan. And New Orleans making a change here. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute of play. Outside Jones. And there's the whistle. That one goes on Herb Jones. That's his first foul.
And great job to establish position and square up.
And it's Mitchell with the ball for the Thunder. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Outside, Williams. And it's Jose Alvarado with the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
A minute and a half gone in the second quarter. Here's Wallace. And that one's good. That makes him 2 for 3. All right, Grant, give it to us straight here. What's the deal with star treatment in the NBA, you think?
Star treatment? What is that, B.A.? No, I think some players have a reputation which might help them on 50-50 calls. And you could argue that some players have a reputation that hinders them on the 50-50 calls. So it really just all depends.
Grant, when you look at this Pelicans team, their length is so impressive.
Yeah, they've made a point to draft players with big wingspans, and that really helps them on the defensive end. They're all very switchable.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, the Pelicans are still developing their on-court chemistry. Coach Willie Green said this group is still pretty young in terms of being on the floor together. We're starting to figure it out. We just have to stay committed and continue to be elite on both ends of the floor, and it starts with our defense. B.A.?
They've really got something, Allie. Thanks.
Everyone in the building saw the obvious contact.
Well, OKC has a great track record with their draft picks, and it seems like they got another one in Cason Wallace.
Wallace was the 10th pick in 2023. He's going to give you great physical pressure defense on the perimeter, and then he's going to play to his strength offensively. OKC rarely misses with their draft picks, and they didn't on this guy.
Pelicans trail by 12. Here's McCollum to win the cold spell. Williams grabs the board. And it's the Thunder with the ball. 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. Here's Wallace. Lays it up and banks it in. Wallace has got 8.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
And it's Willie Green calling the timeout here. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. A minute 15 left to play in the first half of basketball. Right side Olynyk. From outside the arc. Hartenstein pulls it in.
Yeah, they just can't seem to end the drought no matter where they shoot it from.
And I think you can start to feel their frustration mounting. With every missed bucket, it becomes more and more desperate.
And the shot goes down. Give him 8 points now.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
6 to shoot. New Orleans needs to hurry. Late clock. And again, New Orleans no good. Here are the Thunder with the ball. A 12-0 run right now and counting. 6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Yep, that one goes.
And they're really rolling right now. That lead keeps getting bigger and bigger.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
He can really read the floor. Precision pass in rhythm.
Now here's McCollum. Here's Murray. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder with an impressive 16-point lead heading into the break. Defense is setting the tone. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. To the right side. Spins. Got a hand on it. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams grabs the board. Grant, how about the rise of OKC? In just 2 years, transforming from a 24-win team to the top seed.
Incredible, B.A. The Thunder drafted well and gave those picks lots of playing time. Plus, they made some fantastic trades. And of course, don't forget, OKC still has a boatload of picks.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for them.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Here's Murray. Uses the glass on the layup. Murray's got 5.
And Murray is a taller guard, meaning he's capable of doing some damage on the inside.
Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Pass to Holmgren. Holmgren on the take. And the big finish by Holmgren.
That one rocked this arena.
That's the kind of dunk right there that makes you think he's going to rip down the rim. And it's Willie Green calling the timeout here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Pelicans trail by 16. McCollum on the wing. Yes, and it's Murray picking up the assist. McCollum's got his first basket.
Not only a perimeter player, McCollum can go inside.
Chalk up 2 there. And the Thunder lead by 16.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
McCollum outside. Tipped away. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Chet Holmgren makes up for his light frame with aggression. He said, quote, "You don't have to take a second look at me now to know that I'm not the biggest dude width-wise, so I have to hit first. Otherwise, the game's not going to go in my favor when things get physical," unquote. Brian, you agree?
Oh, hey! How about that?
And we see the speed and power. I mean, Williams shows off on that one.
Here's Williamson, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Well, you get exactly what you want right there. Clean look, right at the cup. Nicely done.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Back to Dort. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 on the shot clock. Crafty move. Puts up a 3. The shot by Dort, no good.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Inside. They kick it out to Murray. He buries it from 3. Murray's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And Murray, lethal off the dribble, can do it off the catch as well.
And it's Williamson with the ball for the New Orleans Pelicans. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. There's the drive. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. It's going to go on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. These are his first free throws of the game. This past offseason, OKC decided to move on from their former first-round pick, Josh Giddey.
Yeah, the 6th overall pick in 2021. Giddey is a talented player with good upside, but fit is so important in the NBA, and the Thunder knew his talents would be better suited elsewhere.
Back to Mitchell. Right side, Williams. Launches a 3. He can't hit that time. Out left to the wing. Here's Alvarado. And a miss there on the triple. And so it's Oklahoma City. They lead by 11 as the quarter comes to a close. They've done well to disrupt the And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Thunder leading by 11. Stolen by Jones. And it's the Pelicans on the break. And the fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Back to Williamson. From downtown, Oklahoma City grabs a miss. They led by as many as 18. And it's Kelly Olynyk with the foul. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Wallace with it. Over Murray. Misses off the left iron.
Boy, he's definitely covered well there. And we know he can knock down the fadeaway shot. Just didn't fall there.
Williamson left side. Here's Williamson. Oh, Williamson throws it down.
And few sights are more impressive than Zion taking flight and absolutely annihilating the rim.
Outside, Williams. Back to Wallace. Outside, Williams. Shot clock at 5. And another miss by Oklahoma City.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
And now we've got an intentional foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
And just about a minute and a half gone by in the 4th. They get it again. McCollum outside. Tries again. Out to the right wing. Sends it home from three-point land.
And that's a clutch shot by a big-time shooter. And where's the D?
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on C.J. McCollum. That's his first foul of the game.
Second team foul. 2 minutes remaining in the
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Out to the wing. Here's Hartenstein. Clock at 6. Pass to Dort. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And it's Willie Green calling the timeout here. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout, clearly wanting to address strategy with his team. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, well, Willie Green had some advice for the team over that last break. He reminded his team just how close this game is, saying, guys, we aren't out of this yet. We still have plenty of time left. Let's go out and execute our game plan, and I promise you, we will win this game. Let's see how they come out of this timeout, Brian.
Okay, thank you, Allie. Good on the bucket. And the Thunder lead by 6. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stat for Oklahoma City.
Well, their D has been a major story tonight. I mean, those steals and putting pressure on the ball, clogging the passing lanes, impressive.
Thunder leading by 6. Here's Williams. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
He gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
You know, I think it's desperation time for them.
I'll tell you, you need absolute perfection on every possession. That's what it's going to take here.
Williams in the post. He's off on the layup. And here are the Pelicans now. They played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. Back to Williamson. McCollum outside. Clock at 4. Kicks it out to Williamson. Misses the 3.
He's got to be mad at himself. You won't get a better look than that.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
I love when Shea does not just settle for a layup. Finish with authority. What a pretty dunk.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Back to Williamson. And stolen by Williams. Here's Dort. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
What an effort by Lou Dort in transition. Gets up the floor, makes himself the best option.
Off target on the 15-footer. And so Oklahoma City takes this one, and by a big margin. It ends up being a fairly easy road win.
Those are so hard to come by. It's never easy to take a game in someone else's building.
And that'll do it, folks. For Grant Hill, Allie